What's up guys? Hope you're all doing well, and thanks for joining me for this week's Blu-ray update. So now, after the madness of last week, my biggest and best update I possibly ever done, a lot more smaller and subdued update. I've only got 5 titles. I've got a Region A import, and I've got a couple of good films and 1 bad film. So yeah, let's get straight on with it. So the first one I picked up from, I believe it was Amazon for, I think, £8-9 quid, is the first in the 8 films slasher classics collection, which is Graduation Day. And this one obviously comes in a nice red case. I'm having trouble getting hold of these, to be quite honest. Now this one was not sold in my HMV for some reason. I mean, if they did sell it at all, they only got 1 copy in that was sold very quickly, and there was some kind of like thing because for some reason the certification on the actual case was different to the BBFC certification, so for some reason they didn't sell it. I don't know if that's why, or if they just sold it quickly. But yeah, it's the first in the kind of slasher classics collection. You can see number 1 right there. And yeah, this one is interesting. It's not particularly a good film. The acting is, for the most part, quite atrocious, to be quite honest. Now, I know that this got pretty good kind of video review. Now, for me, now I've said this numerous times before, I'm not a videophile, you know. I'm not someone who kind of sees a transfer and says, oh, this is like, the bit rate is this, and it should look like this. For me, if it looks good to me, I think it is good. But if it looks bad, it is bad. And to me, this transfer is pretty bad. It judders quite a lot. The quality isn't that great. There's a lot of kind of speckles and stuff that you see. But yeah, I've heard the review, the video transfer is quite good. But to me, it doesn't look good at all. But that's just me, like I said. So I might be talking a load of bollocks. Well, I always do, but I might be talking a load of bollocks about this. But yeah, I like the storyline. Basically, there's this girl who kind of is like a really good a runner. Basically, she dies after doing like this run, and there's someone going around killing everyone who they think is involved with her death, and kind of like the coach that pushed her too hard, and kind of the other members of the track team. And the twist is quite good in this one. I didn't expect the killer to be who they were. Obviously, no spoilers if you do want to check it out. But yeah, it comes in a really nice red case, which the other ones do. Now I am getting Slaughterhouse and Mother's Day, but well, I wanted to get it in HMV this week, but they already sold it. But HMV ordered it in for me, so I'm just waiting for a phone call from them. Then you get a kind of a little leaflet with an interview from Callum Waddell, or Waddell, I don't know how, not quite sure how to pronounce his name. Comes with alternate, well, it's not really alternate, it's just basically the same, but without the ratings logos on. But for me, it's alright for now. It's distributed by Troma, so I think you'll more or less know what to expect. But yeah, I liked it. It's not a particularly good film, but yeah, it's a good one for the collection. So yeah, it's Graduation Day. So yeah, the next title is a cheapish pickup. I got this for, I think it was about £6 from a seller on AV forums, and it is Johnny Depp in probably the most critically slated film of last year. It is Transcendence. Now, yeah, like I said, it did not get very good reviews at all, but I quite liked it. You know, it's nothing stellar. I wouldn't give it kind of like a very high rating. I think I gave it about like a 6 out of 10, 3 out of 5. It's a solid sci-fi film, I thought. The plot, it had some good ideas, but the plot and the script was a bit kind of convoluted and quite hard to understand at times. Some of the characters weren't that great. I mean, Morgan Freeman, he was good in the film, but his character didn't really have that much to do, I thought. Now, it's definitely not Johnny Depp's best performance, I will say that. But Rebecca Hall, now, I do kind of rate her as an actor. I haven't seen like loads of her things that she's been in. But it's kind of, her character was a bit kind of strange, because I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but basically she wants something, and then when that thing she wants to happens, she wants something else. I'm like, well, make your mind up. Either you want one thing or the other. You can't have both. So yeah, her character did get a bit whiny towards the end, but I think it had like a solid, some solid action scenes. Now, what I like to say about this film is like a puzzle, and each piece doesn't. It's a puzzle, but each piece doesn't quite fit, and so someone is cutting the pieces to fit, and it just doesn't really work. But it's kind of a film that's better than some of its parts, really. But neither is it really a film that I'd ever watch again, to be quite honest with you. But I liked it, and I'm quite a kind of an advocate for films that people don't like. Obviously, if I don't like a film that someone doesn't like, that's fair enough. But I'm not one of those people that kind of like slates a film for no reason just because other people don't. But I thought it was a solid film. The acting could have been a little bit better at parts. The characters were pretty two-dimensional at times as well. Again, Cillian Murphy didn't have that much to do either. But yeah, it's a solid film, but neither is a film I'd watch again. So yeah, Transcendence. And yeah, from a film I quite liked to a film I very much did not like. Again, this is a upgrade from DVD. I had on DVD kind of ages ago, and I believe this Blu-ray is quite hard, or at least the UK version of this Blu-ray is quite hard to pick up. And it is another film based on a book by Bret Easton Ellis, and it is The Rules of Attraction. Now, I didn't like this film. I didn't hate it, but I did not like it whatsoever. The characters were reprehensible. I didn't like anybody in this. The acting was quite good. I'll say the positives first. The acting was quite good. There were quite a few kind of interesting artistic flourishes. Basically, there's like the first scene is this party, and it kind of introduces kind of the three main characters. And when you kind of like see the character, like you see each character, and it kind of rewinds to a certain point in the party, and then you kind of goes forward, and you see somebody else, the other character, then it goes backwards again, then it goes the other character, which I thought was really cool. I kind of understood what they were going for, the kind of overprivileged, kind of crazy suburban kind of young adults. They've got James Van Der Beek, Shannon Sossamon, and Ian Somerhalder as kind of the three main characters. And we've also got people like Jessica Biel, Kate Bosworth in quite a small role. Who else we got? Thomas Ian Nicholas, Clifton Collins Jr., and a kind of extended cameo more or less by Faye Dunaway, and Swizzy Kurtz as well. Yeah, I kind of know I think I knew what they're going for, but I mean, it might be like the smartest satire on kind of American, kind of again young adults, but I just didn't understand it at all. The script I didn't think was very funny at all. There's like a scene where Ian Somerhalder is kind of having dinner with kind of I think his cousin or something and his mother. And it's like this guy, this cousin's like this crazy guy who spouts off a load of shite, and it's like, is this meant to be funny? I just don't get it. But yeah, it's not a film. It's a film that I didn't like, but neither is it a film that I kind of need to talk about again. It's just one of those films that I just kind of like erase it from my memory and just kind of pretend it didn't happen. I mean, I don't really want to talk about it that much, but yeah, I just didn't like it. I mean, the things that happen in it are reprehensible. The characters are horrible. There's no redeeming qualities about them whatsoever. And there's like James Van Der Beek's character falls in love with Shannon Sossamon's character after seeing her for about 2 seconds. It's like, that wouldn't really happen. I just didn't get it, like I said. Now, as I said kind of a couple of times in the past, now I do ask myself 3 questions on every Blu-ray I buy, every kind of thing I buy now. The one question is, did I like it? Second question is this the best edition I can get? And the third one is, would I watch it again? And sometimes if I say kind of no to any one of those questions, I sell it on. And with this one, I say no to all 3 of those questions. I never want to watch it again. It's not the best thing. It's missing a few commentaries, and I think 1 or 2 special features in the US edition. And I didn't like it at all, so I'm definitely going to be selling this one on. So that's the Rules of Attraction. And the next one is a film that, again, is an upgrade from a DVD, and it's a film that I didn't think it was a bad film, but I don't particularly think it was a very good film either, and it is another Will Ferrell comedy from 2007, I think it is, and it is Semi-Pro. Well, I know you can tell because it's still, just take that off quickly, it's still the CEX sticker. Now I ordered this and Rules of Attraction from CEX online, because I had some vouchers, and as like I say, it's an upgrade from DVD. Yeah, it was funny. I did laugh quite a lot of the time. There was a few very kind of hearty guffaws from myself, but it just didn't really kind of blow me away really. Like I said, there were funny bits in it, but altogether it didn't quite gel. But I don't know. It was just kind of there, and I didn't really pay it. Oh, it's kind of hard to pay attention to it really. There's nothing much happened in it. I did watch the extended edition, so whether the kind of the regular edition is kind of paged better, I'm not quite sure. But I mean, the extended edition is only like not even an hour 40, so it moves at quite a good pace. But I don't know. It's just pretty nothingy. It was funny for the most part. I only laughed out loud kind of a few times. But I kind of chuckled more than I actually laughed. But yeah, this is the 2-disc edition, contains the regular edition and the Let's Get Sweaty extended edition. And also, which is pretty good because it does that the film is on one disc and then all the special features are on the other disc. 2 Blu-rays as well, which is quite good. I think anyway. Let me just double check. Yeah, 2 Blu-rays. Yeah, definitely not the best Will Ferrell comedy. I'm not quite sure what that is. I mean, I'm not that big a fan of Anchorman. People say that's not the best comedy ever made. I just don't really find that film funny. But yeah, it was just there. I don't know. There's nothing really much more I can say. I will be selling this on because I honestly can't see myself watching this again. I think it may be on Netflix or something. Like sometime down the line, I might watch it again. But for now, I'm going to be selling this one on because it just didn't really do anything for me. Of course, comedy is kind of the most... what's the word? Most... it doesn't matter. Anyway, comedy is... It can be anyone's game. Like someone can find one film funny and some person can find another film not funny. But it was that's semi-pro. And the last title in this update, if I can find it, here it is a Region A import. Now you may know that hang on, I swapped this. Now you may know that last couple of updates ago, I bought the US edition of Nightcrawler, and actually swapped that for this, and I'll explain why at the end of the video. And it is a film that was shrouded in controversy, but I'm not going to kind of go into it because I can't be bothered because it'll be about half an hour. It was just released in UK cinemas, I think, like a couple of weeks ago, but no cinema near me was seeing it. So I did actually want to go and kind of see this at cinema, but none of them were near me were showing it. But I wanted to see it. I'm a big fan of Seth Rogen and James Franco. I mean, their films are good. Pineapple Express I do need to revisit because I didn't think that film was that good, but I haven't actually seen it since I saw it at the cinema. So, yeah, it was solid, this film, and it is the Region A locked version of The Interview. Now, this was an okay film. I didn't laugh as much as I wanted to. I mean, I was crying laughing within the first 5 minutes of the film, and then it kind of became a bit hit and miss. Basically, the story is James Franco is this guy called Dave Skylark, who's like this massive kind of entertainment style kind of interviewer, with Seth Rogen being his producer, and they're not very well respected. So what they do is they find out that their show is that Kim Jong-un, the leader of Korea, or South Korea, North Korea, whatever, I think North Korea, is a massive fan of the show, and basically it's kind of become a bit more serious. They go for they kind of contact Kim Jong-un's kind of people and get him to do an interview on their show. And basically they get roped in by the CIA to try and assassinate him, and that all goes wrong basically in a very funny way. But there's like a kind of a plot thing that happens, and then it's like Kim Jong-un, like everyone thinks he's like a really kind of like horrible guy and everything, but then it's like a scene in the film, you kind of meet him and it's like this like really down to earth kind of guy who's kind kind of shy to meet this guy who's like he was like a really big fan of, and he's like playing basketball and dancing around with topless women and smoking weed and drinking and stuff, and it's like, really, is that kind of what the comedy derives from? So the character of Kim Jong-un, played by Randall Park, I just didn't like at all. I just didn't find him funny. He's one of those characters where, like, whenever he's on screen, I just don't laugh at all, or at least don't laugh at what he says. It's got that kind of thing where scenes go on for like 1 or 2 jokes too long, and it just kind of like runs it into the ground a bit. But for the most part, I thought it was a solid film. I gave it a 7 out of 10, which is probably a fair rating for a film like this. But yeah, I would watch it again. I definitely would. And this is the best version to get so far. I know there is a UK Steelbook, which I probably will be getting if the special features are the same, which I think they probably will be. But yeah, you got a lot of special features on here. I've seen a couple of the deleted scenes and one of the gag reels, or one of the liner armors and stuff. But you got a load of liner armors, you got deleted scenes, you got a commentary with Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, who directed the film, and then you got a few kind of featurettes of the film. What else? You've got a gag reel and deleted scenes and stuff like that. So yeah, really cool package. I did notice that the Blu-ray menus were quite slow. Don't know quite whether that might play or what. But yeah, it just comes with it's just a regular Blu-ray. But yeah, I thought it was a solid film. It could have been better. I think it could have been edited a bit better, maybe kind of trimmed down a bit, because it's like, I mean, with credits it's like just over an hour and 50 minutes. It could have been cut down quite a bit, I thought. But yeah, so really kind of, I did laugh out like really heartily out loud a good number of times. So yeah, it was a solid film, and I quite liked it. It could have been better, but I liked it. So that's the interview. And that is my update for this week. So yeah, very smaller update, but that will probably change next week, because tomorrow is a very probably definitely the biggest release day of the year so far. We've got Pride coming out, we've got Nightcrawler coming out, and I did mention that I did swap my US edition for, which I will be getting the HMV Steelbook tomorrow morning. Yes, we've got Pride, got Nightcrawler, we've got, oh god, I should remember all this. We've got a lot of good stuff, I will say that. I cannot remember at this moment in time what we do have, but like I say, it's definitely kind of the biggest release date of the year so far. A lot of good titles coming out. Whether I will buy all of them or wait for some of them to come out, I know this is where I Leave You comes out tomorrow, but I think I might wait till that's in the 5 for 30, because I think it will be in that offer quite quickly, because I know Chef was in that offer within like a month. So yeah, a much smaller update this week, only 5 titles, but some good titles in there I thought, and a couple of not very good ones, but yeah, so that'll do for this video. So how many next week I'll have, I'm not quite sure. I'm running a little bit low on funds, so I might wait maybe a week, because I do get paid a week on Tuesday, so I might wait till then possibly. And also hopefully HMV will ring me to pick up Slaughterhouse and Mother's Day as well. But yeah, so hope you like the update, and that'll about do. So thanks as always for watching. I'll have another one of these next week, and yeah, have a great day.